Pay attention to what a candidate promises. If they break those promises, do not re-elect them. Welcome to Texas Progressive Time. My name is Neil Durrance. Our show is devoted to pragmatic politics, not left or right, liberal or conservative, red or blue. I think a lot of people, myself included, always believed that democracy meant we take a vote and he with the most votes wins, right? Well, apparently something in our country has swallowed up this basic tenet of democracy. Let me explain. I've always liked polls. They give you a real-time snapshot of what the general public is thinking at any particular time. Recently, we have learned to accept pollsters' prognostications with a grain of salt. Why? All we have to do is recall the predicted results of the 2016 election and, of course, the classic picture of a victorious President Harry S. Truman holding up the mistaken headline that announced that Dewey had defeated Truman in that year's presidential election. But you have to give credit where credit is due. Now, the most careful and meticulous pollsters get it close to right pretty much most of the time. So, if most pollsters are close in getting public opinion reported correctly, then why such a gap between the public opinion and what happens in Congress and other state legislatures? Let's look at some of the statistics. 78% of the people in Texas, a vast majority, believe it is a decision between a woman and her doctor on how she should handle and treat a pregnancy. Yet in Texas, abortion, regardless of your individual opinion, is all but illegal. 83% of Americans believe we should enforce immigration law and deport people who have entered our country illegally. Yet 92% of our country believes that the present performance of ICE in cities such as Minneapolis is wrong and should be stopped. I could go on, but I think you get the drift. Our elected officials, who seem to hire all the pollsters, don't seem to listen to the public, nor do they attempt to legislate what we, the people, want or need, ranging from health care to tax relief to law enforcement. Yet the same elected officials seem to get reelected one term after the next, despite their tone-deaf ignorance of public opinion. There are no doubt many answers to this question, from dark money and graft to a complete obsession with maintaining power and control. But here's one reason I don't think many of us are aware. Maybe we, the voters, just can't seem to remember when elected officials break their promises and go about their merry way. Maybe we simply do not know what to do. Well, here's a hint. Pay attention to what a candidate promises, and if they break those promises, do not re-elect them. Elect somebody else for the office. I think our elected officials would not be so arrogant to assume their re-election every cycle if they realized there was a good chance of them not getting reelected. If the people had developed a memory of what a politician said and what they did not do, they might start taking these polls and our opinions more seriously. It's called listening to the people. If you believe, as I do, that we need respect and dignity and not arrogant ignorance by politicians filled with hatred and retribution on any side of our country, then like and subscribe. I'll see you next week.